Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know on this channel, Thursdays mean update days. Well, at least they used to. Now, I'm not exactly sure what update day is, but at least today, we got an update for both Warzone and Call of Duty Vanguard. With Warzone, we got Operation Flashback, and with Vanguard, we got a title update, which changes some things with individual weapons, and some other things that we are going to dive into as well as playlists, double XP, double weapon XP, and double operator XP as well, which is new this year. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is starting out with Warzone, going over everything new within this update, and specifically Operation Flashback, discussing what it is, why it is there, things along those lines. And then after that, we're going to dive into the Vanguard update and discuss everything new and that has changed within that as well. But first, let's take a look at what is new in Warzone. So starting out with Warzone, the first thing you're going to notice is first off, we have the free access weekend. So if you haven't played Vanguard yet, want to give it a try, this would be a good weekend to do so. Everything is free. You just got to hop on, download the game. On top of this, with all of the playlists, you'll notice double battle pass tiers, double weapon XP, and double character XP as well. Now on top of this, we have all our normal playlists like trios, duos, and solos. You're going to notice that quads isn't there. We'll get there in a second, as well as armored royale quads, rebirth resurgence quads, and then finally Operation Flashback. This is the final and the biggest new thing within Warzone this week, and it is essentially an operation and a tip of the hat to everything that we have seen in Verdansk so far. Let me explain what this playlist actually is. So this isn't actually what I thought the event was going to be. I thought it was going to be something more so showing us Warzone Pacific or some sort of Easter egg on the map that we would have to do, but in fact this is just a tip of the hat to everything that we've experienced throughout Verdansk. And what I mean by that is in this playlist, essentially throughout your game, every time a zone closes, there's going to be a different type of event that you can actually experience that has happened at various times throughout Verdansk in the various different seasons. Some of the major things that can happen are, first of all, fire sales, jailbreaks, supply choppers, cash drops, and loadout drops. These are the normal things that you would experience in random games throughout different seasons. Nothing special there. But there's also the ground fall event, which is satellites crashing to the ground from Season 4, hostile fire from Season 3, restock from back in Season 1, which basically on Rebirth Island, all of the crates around the map would be restocked and you could reopen them. Resurgence back from Season 1, and Juggernaut Royale from Modern Warfare. So essentially, a Juggernaut would drop in and you'd have to fight over it and one person would be able to take it. Things along those lines. There's also items that you can find on the ground more frequently, like self-revive kits, precision airstrikes, cluster strikes, the overdrive perk, which grants a temporary speed boost to your character, which is awesome, and then gas masks as well as durable gas masks, advanced UAVs, and 2x perk, which actually increases your XP points for that game, and then vault key cards as well. These were the vault key cards that you would see in Stadium as well as Nakatomi Tower, which is back once again. You can unlock the vault. And then finally, the rarest items are the specialist tokens and hunter vision. So all of these can be found on the ground. Essentially, they're taking all of the events and all of the items from the various different seasons, throwing them back in the game, and just kind of showing what the game has had to offer over these various seasons. It's also important to note that what you can buy at buy zones is now different. So you can't buy loadouts, you can't buy UAVs, but there's other things like a bombardment or a truck redeployment marker, which is from the Armored Royale where you'd get a truck and you can spawn as long as that was alive. It's a very interesting mode. It takes a lot of money to buy things like the bombardment. I believe it's like 50,000 for a bombardment, but it's a very interesting addition to the game and changes things up, especially with the loadouts. It is possible to play an entire game without any loadouts dropping in. I didn't experience that, but technically since the events are random, that is a possibility. So that is Operation Flashback. Next week, we are getting another new event, which should introduce Warzone Pacific. We should get more information, more details, more trailers revolving around that map. So that'll be happening next week, right before American Thanksgiving. So stay tuned for that. I will keep you guys updated as that happens. Now, let's hop over into Call of Duty Vanguard. So starting out with the playlist here, essentially there are two new playlists. First off, we have Killbox. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what Killbox is. I tried to figure it out, and from what I saw, I got Hardpoint and Patrol, so I'm thinking it's kind of like those zone modes. I also have no idea, so if you have any idea what Killbox is, let me know down in the comments. The next one, though, Ship House. As far as this goes, this is Shipment and Das House 24/7. So the two smallest maps in the game, kind of like we had Shoot the Ship back in Modern Warfare, very similar to that. After this, we have Bloodshed, which is Assault Team Deathmatch, Carnage, and then Champions Hill duos and trios. Pretty straightforward there. Obviously, the one most people are going to be playing, especially to level up their weapons, is Ship House. And the reason for that is because once you click on a playlist, you'll see all of the double XPs down in the bottom right-hand corner, which includes Operator, character, and on top of that, double weapon XP. So if you're going to level up your weapons before Warzone Pacific comes out, this weekend is the weekend to do so. Make sure you're doing that this weekend. It is the best time to do so. Now, on top of this, we also have the Vanguard update as well. So to start out, we have a couple of weapon tuning things. First of all, they reduce the effects of ADS spread, aka bloom, on all base weapons. So that's without attachments. And essentially what this means is beforehand, you would fire a weapon and the bullet wouldn't necessarily go where you're aiming, which is insane to me. But they have fixed this, and now attachments that screw up your accuracy or have accuracy penalties will now affect that bloom. So if that makes sense, basically you won't have as many random bullets going all over the place. The biggest place you'll notice this, at least in my opinion, is with assault rifles. On top of this, we have shotguns. They have imbalanced and reduced the effective range, pellet spread, and hip fire penalty, and more as well. Shotguns are still really good. That's all that really needs to be said about this. They will probably be nerfed more. After this, we have some updates to challenges. So first of all, they fixed an issue where the MK11 launcher's long shot challenges were not tracking. Now that they are. They also corrected the mislabeled proficiency required for the Mind Games challenge for the automaton, and they fixed a bug preventing players from completing the Deadeye challenge on the fighting knife. So not all of the challenges that need to be fixed were fixed there, but these are some that were. The next thing is the gung-ho sprint speed. So beforehand, there were certain weapons where you could essentially fire a weapon at sprint at 200% speed. This has now been fixed. It worked on shotguns and a couple of SMGs as well. So now you can no longer just run at blazing speed while firing your weapon. This is definitely a good thing. Then we have the bug with the armor plates. Basically, you could get 10 times the normal amount of armor from an armor plate. This has now been fixed as well. And the final thing is operator XP. So each operator has their favorite weapon. The amount of XP you would get with those characters for that weapon wasn't tracking properly. Now it is. This is very important when you are using that double XP this weekend because your XP stacks. So if you get 10% more XP with double XP, it actually is a multiplier together, not just additive. So that's very important for leveling up those weapons this weekend. And that's what I'm going to finish off this video on. This weekend is probably going to be the best time to level up weapons before the launch of Warzone Pacific. So get in there, get the weapons you want leveled up for Warzone. Make sure you're grinding real hard this weekend. It is the best time to do so, where you're going to get the most XP and get the most for your time played. So aside from that, that is today's update, Operation Flashback, everything that changed within Vanguard. Hopefully you found the video informative. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, always appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Let me know what you think of all of this down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this to us.